Alrighty guys, let's take a look at in this video our late night market outlook, the preparation, what to look for, how the market is looking like going in tomorrow. In this video, we'll be talking about S&P 500, NASDAQ 100. I also got IWM for you over here, and we'll wrap it up with KOSPI side of the things and Skhynix and Samsung. Definitely, as you're aware, if you are doing memory stocks, I highly recommend. It's always good to have a check on KOSPI. Alrighty, before I go further, I want to let you know none of this is any financial advice, only for education purposes, just sharing my opinion. Please do your own thing. So let's start off with S&P 500, right? So we are right now still in the overall bullish structure. Okay, let's get that thing out of the way first. And well, one thing I want to mention that I did a video already for the members today on my Patreon. So if you are a member, S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 may sound repetitive to you because I did talk about it there. So either you can skip further out to IWM and KOSPI part in this video, or hey, just stay along. Why not, right? All right. So overall, we are though still bullish on S&P 500 even until $758, but I mentioned to you something, a level where we may trigger some weakness near term, right? Which will be a pullback on the overall structure and multi-day weakness. And for that, I told you about this particular zone even yesterday. That was 771 area. We did lose it today. All right, let's extend it out. We did lose it today, and unfortunately this is the zone you are watching going in tomorrow as well. As if we stay below 771 $772 area, technically right now S&P 500 is in the multi-day negative structure. All right, you can only look bullish tomorrow on this thing to the upside if it gets above 771, then only there is strength, or you can expect a bounce at 767, significant level over there, marked by my tools all automatically for you. If you need access to my tools, details are in the description of this video. And so that's something to watch. All right, on S&P 500 there is a little bit of bounces possibility at 769 as well. There's a level here, intraday level, dotted line. You can see that. And so the thing is that all these areas, the ones down here that I'm telling you, these are still just a bounces in the right now multi-day weakness. Your proper style of a bullish structure, if you want to play not just a bounce but like a strengthful bullish directional play, that is only above 771 right now. Below that, we will remain in the weakness. Let's get back to the daily interval. Having said that though, as we make our way down to these levels, all right, as if we make our way down to these levels, let me just check real quick something. Yeah, 767 and or 758 eventually, it will still be overall structural pullback. So if you are doing a swing trade or whatnot, definitely I would suggest when multi-day weakness starts happening, this is where you will size down. Now you get my point, right? You are seeing a multi-day weakness beginning, you size down your at least swing position, take some partial profit. These are your early telltale sign, because this swing play started where? Right over there when I told you this is where we will start to gain strength up there, right? So that's something is how you would look at S&P 500 right now. Overall, no problem until 758. I don't think we need to have this zone marked here. So right now it's not really something we need. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'll keep this zone though, 747. So anyways, all right. So let's move on to now NASDAQ 100. NASDAQ 100 overall bullish until 700 still. There was a zone that I gave you, and I did talk about this in all the videos today as well. This was also a trade for me. You know, I did NASDAQ 100 trade today. I played the bounce trade on this right at this zone. I told you about this in my morning video on when I did the semiconductors and all. memory stocks video, and it was a good bounce play. Took it out here, profits for the day. That's good thing. Now we did eventually lose this zone because the thing is that the whole reason of that trade that I took for the bounce only is because I can see that we are on the daily interval, just so you know, that we are already extended. We are a little bit pull in the pullback. So if we start to come down and start to, because we are already sideways, we may have a choppy day today, not necessarily an extension to the upside if we start again a pullback. And excuse me, sorry about that. And that's what pretty much was the reasoning, that it was just for a bounce trade. If the day would have started bullish itself in the strength to the upside, then the game plan would be holding through the position. The reason I did not hold through the position is because market came down to the level. It did not extend through the level to the upside in the beginning. All right. So these are your ways that you have to understand. Is the market going to be choppy today, or are we going to get a directional run on the market? All right. So this is something is, helps you to understand all of this stuff. Now we eventually broke that zone, and that's pretty much where, as we stay below this, we will unfortunately right now below that we are weak. We did test, as you can see, levels below, right? The intraday level. So, and we bounced off of right off the zone. So these all levels are, guys, important, especially this is on intraday level side. This helps you for intraday to understand until where the range can come. And you can see on my 2 leverage range today, range will also be very close. So this helps you to know, okay, we may be completing a range for the day and a bounce may come. All done by my tools for it, right? Now 718 and 19, this is the zone you are watching for tomorrow. If we can push up above it, all good for the day. Look for the upside. If we don't push up above 718, 719, you can expect a lingering weakness on this thing still. All right, so just that's the zone to watch. Overall though, if we come down, that's a 710 and $700 then, but overall until 700 we are still fine on Nasdaq 100 here. Now having said that though, this is pretty much as I said on S&P 500. Nasdaq 100, if you are in a swing, losing this level gives you an indication partial profits should be taken. All right, so in the swing position. All right, so now this is to optimize your profit, optimize the position, not suffer through a pretty much a whole comeback on your position. You don't want that. You want to churn some profits, take some profits along the ways. All right, let's take a look at IWM. This thing has been in a rocket mode as well. This thing, yes, we had almost a month of a little bit of a downside, well, a little bit of a down trajectory, if you like terms like bull flag and all, sort of formed a bull flag here actually. Now we are still bullish. We are bullish here, not just still bullish, we are bullish here. The zone to watch, and until where this overall structure will remain bullish, and this is your zone for that, 296 to 298. Above this, overall IWM is all bullish. Okay, we'll look at the lower time frame strength in just a moment. Let's actually do this over here. Now let's get to the hourly interval to understand in the near term, like for day or multi-day, like what are the zones we are watching? Are we still in the strength or not? And yes, the answer is we are still in the strength even on the lower time frame. Good thing. That's a good thing. Things to watch. Wow. Multi-day, you are in no problem until even this zone. As long as you are above 300, even on multi-day side, you are just fine. Okay. Can a pullback happen? Pullback can happen, but which will be for a day a little bit of a cool off, but at least you will see a bounce at $300 in my opinion. Things may mostly stabilize here. As long as we're above 300, you still multi-day, and if for the day either you see a breakout above the zone above, that is 302, this 2 intraday lines, then enter, or just as how I explained you on QQQ, If you see price starts to open up lower, just consider it could be a sideways day. So this is your bounce play here for the day, and then you let it wait and watch. Or just like a Nasdaq 100, I showed you, right? If it starts like Nasdaq 100, after that bounce started to consolidate over here, right? And that was the whole point, because it came followed through with a after a bounce, a consolidation. That's a sign that you should get out, because the price did not consolidate through an extension. It consolidated after a bounce, which means we will be mostly choppy for the day. And similarly on IWM, this is how you would do it tomorrow. If we don't enter the market with an extension, right, then you are mostly looking at the bounce play, which is again then mostly a choppy day. But the zone for that is here. Or you let the CD extension break to the upside, then you will still have a stop loss. You still have to have a stop loss. Risk management is still important, but this helps you to align the probabilities. All right, but right now IWM is also overall bullish. Everything is just fine on IWM also over here. Overall though, will be fine until this even 297 zone and so forth. Actually it will be fine even a little bit below underneath that. Let me check on the 4 hours there real quick. I'm actually willing to give a little bit more lower room for it actually. Let's do that. All these significant levels are important. It's just more about where is the more bigger support is what I'm looking at, right? The magnet type of a support, right? So that's the zone to watch. All right, let's jump on to KOSPI, guys. All right, KOSPI is looking beautiful. Look, I know, yes, I've been telling you that we are bullish. This is a bullish bottom formation. You can see already it's turning around to the upside. It is doing just that. As I told you, it's a bottom, bullish bottom. We are already seeing a run starting to happen. Memory stocks should follow through. All right, KOSPI I think will now start to test levels above like 7,000 now and so forth. But it has started to make its journey to the upside. So that's that. I'm still gonna mark those resistances because they are still technically resistance. You will see some slowness there. I'm gonna change that. Well, not change, but just a theme there, right? So anyways, so yeah, play is working out, guys, as expected. As I mentioned, our zones are working as expected. So nothing changes here, guys, for us, okay? Nothing new for me today to tell you. It's just that I called out the bottom formation that's playing out to the upside. Let's take a look at now Skhynix and Samsung. So let's take a look at the real-time data on Skhynix over here. Oh, sorry to wake you up. Okay, white bright screen. Anyways, I just wanted to show you this here. Yeah, 2.95% up Skhynix in the real time, because on TradingView Skhynix and Samsung data are delayed, and I'm not gonna buy their real-time data for just these two instruments. All other Nasdaq and all NYSE, they are real-time, but and also KOSPI is real-time, but not Skhynix and Samsung on TradingView. All right, what was it? 2.95% up. Did I refresh it? I did refresh it. Let me refresh it again. 2.88% up. So which was 1,452, which is very pretty much where price is, guys. Pretty much where the price is. Oh, I have something else there. Yeah. So yeah, guys, and look, I believe this is also going to, alongside with KOSPI, will form a bottom here. It is still a little bit lagging behind KOSPI. It's not that strengthful as KOSPI right now. We'll take a look at Samsung. That would make sense why KOSPI is strong. But Skhynix, I do think eventually has a room to form a bottom. But this thesis will be invalid if we lose 1,079,000. So that's the risk management. We are just trading the probability, which in my opinion is to the upside. All right, let's get to now Samsung. Right, so Samsung is a bit stronger. Let's refresh it here. 3.97% up, 249,000. So it is already up here right now. This is what you are looking at. This is already up here. really good bottom formation, the place where I have been calling out things will bottom out here, and they are bottoming out here. So this is looking bullish. All right, and this is what is also supporting KOSPI to the upside. Things are looking good here, guys, on the Korean market, and this is important to look through if you are doing memory trades. All right, so that's pretty much what I had for you guys in this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and hit the like and subscribe. This is my second channel. As I said, evening videos will come out on this channel, and with that, I'll see you in my next videos, guys. Take care. Bye.